applications, we think about how do you unlock business value, and my presentation is going to be pretty much about that. And I do have experience over more than 2 decades in terms of applying AI and delivering solutions for customers. So the focus of the presentation is really on how do you operationalize and how do you help businesses thrive in this fourth industrial revolution or the smart technology era. All part of our massive transformative purpose to help shape a better future in the smart technology era. And specifically, if you think about the smart technology era, I like to call it a smart technology era because it's not just industrial. I think we are actually in information revolution. You still have the industrial revolution, but the information revolution, especially with smart technology, is absolutely having an incredible impact on all industries, economies, disciplines. So it's a very fascinating time to live. And we hear about coronavirus, we see the exponential curves, all these kind of things. But if you look at the smart technology era, we're actually sitting on multiple exponential curves in terms of AI, biotech, neurotech, nanotech, all these technologies. And they are also being fused together to provide solutions. So it's incredible time to build solutions and to invent and to innovate. So that's why it's so exciting. And with all the data being generated, data is also being generated at an exponential rate. Data utilization is still linear relative to the data generation. So that gap is increasing all the time. And it just shows you the value that can be unlocked. The potential there of unstructured and structured data is tremendous. And it's really, you need visionary leadership and you need the right partners to help unlock that value. So this is a slide that I also show. So this particular slide is showing the various industrial revolutions and the era that we're right in now. Specifically, there's some bold statements that it's even the AI era, although there's other smart technologies that's also incredibly impactful. But it's true that AI is probably the most prominent exponential technology to unlock value. And from a business value perspective, it's clear there is incredible value to unlock for the time to come. Specifically with Cortex Group, before I showcase some real-world examples, I want to talk about some very specific things. Our massive transformative purpose is really around helping African businesses and societies thrive. We're building exponential, scalable platform businesses here, very focused on very specific areas, which I will talk about shortly. But we're also interested in making sure that we also transform societies, and specifically Africa. We don't want Africa to be left behind, and we want to make an impact here and help the countries here and organizations to leapfrog. So that's very much part of our mission. We've been on our own exponential growth journey. I sold my first AI company, C-Sense, to General Electric in 2011. That was the first African AI company sold to a multinational. And Cortex is now the next gen AI company. I've also founded MIIA as an AI African community. And we're quite excited about what these vehicles can do to help unlock value in terms of our massive transformative purpose. So when we start talking to customers, it's really around the business value drivers. And the business value drivers might change for businesses. As we live in the smart technology era, there's more value to unlock from data. There's new business models, new revenue growth opportunities that data unlocks. So data is very strategic, absolutely strategic. And if you collaborate with other companies, there could be other opportunities to unlock as well. It also helps with faster and better, more proactive decisions. But if you think about business in general, I like to just look at, you typically have customer-facing businesses, or you've got these industrial businesses. With customer-facing businesses, it's really around, I want to sell, I want to do cross-selling, upselling, I want to increase my base, I want to reduce my churn, all of those type of things. With industrial type of businesses, it's really about throughput, yield, quality. And some of the examples I will quickly show is in those areas specifically. And I think specifically, if you think about customer-facing businesses, the name of the game with AI is really around personalized, on-demand digital service delivery. And with true personalized intelligent virtual assistants that sits on top of rich data mining, where you can build a 360-degree view of your customer, there's incredible opportunities. And we've engaged with so many of these enterprises, and we've nowhere seen that or companies has done this effectively. So this is what we are focused on unlocking. That's what we're trying to do. So if you look at a business, the more you instrument a business, the more data you generate, it puts you in a position to even model the business along with its supply chain, and you can start optimizing that business. If you think about customer-facing businesses, you obviously want to grow your customer base, and with on-demand, personalized service delivery, recommendation engines, if you see what Amazon and YouTube and all these Google is doing, you see the potential. This is possible for all companies. And then obviously in terms of your employees, we've got wellness solutions, HR solutions, financial wellness, health wellness solutions around employees, which is very exciting. And then with smart systems, it's anything from AI-driven cybersecurity to fraud detection, those type of solutions to help optimize a business. So there's incredible areas where AI can unlock value. Specifically with Cortex as the AI engine for business, we've got 4 areas that we focus on: the personalize and engage that I referred to earlier on, but then also enhance and sense. And the way we unpack it is engage is helping people and businesses working smart at scale. And personalize is doing the smart personalization of customer products and services. And together, engage and personalize is a game changer for companies. And then with enhance, it's the cybersecurity, fraud detection, all of those type of solutions, predictive maintenance. And then with sense, you actually, right now, we've got the ability to unlock tremendous value from unstructured data as well, not only structured data, so video, audio, text. And the AI toolbox is incredibly rich around those type of things. So you can bring that into your solutions. So it's very, very exciting. This is just showing the AI engine. I'm not going to go into too much detail there. And just in terms of very specific examples, what I did here was just to give a little bit of just some examples of real impactful solutions being delivered around the Cortex AI engine. And one of the customers here is one of the biggest retailers. They've got 8 million loyalty scheme members, and we've implemented smart personalized recommendations for them, and it's making a huge impact. There's also for financial services sector, dynamic pricing of home loans, and to be much more precise around a specific individual, and then also optimize your market share. So there's potential billions of rands or dollars at stake if you do this in a proper way. I've mentioned the personalized wellness intelligent virtual assistant. Incredible opportunities there. We're very excited about that because it's not just health wellness, it's financial wellness, it's employee life cycle, and there's a range of things around that. And then things like churn prediction, we've got examples of significant cost savings. And then even on the automation side, there's opportunities to automate your business and remove the manual processing from business. I also have an example of fraud detection where significant value fraud and abuse was identified. And then my second last example here is around risk scoring of hospital benefit management. And there's incredible opportunities to save money with exception management, fraud, waste, and abuse. And my final example there is around in the minerals, metals, mining industry. Even with my previous business, C-Sense, we did quite a bit of work in that space. And there's incredible opportunities. If you improve the throughput yield quality of 5%, that translates to millions of dollars. So there's huge business cases around these kind of things. And some specific examples I mentioned, the wellness coach. So here is a specific example of where we built an intelligent virtual assistant that's providing personal advice, coaching, guidance with respect to healthy eating, exercise, fitness, mental wellness, stress, depression, and then chronic lifestyle diseases as well. So, and that's being backed by the things that I've been talking about, rich AI-driven data mining backend. So this is just showing some examples of that and the incredible benefits that you can get from that. Here I'm showing an example of where we're combining this in a holistic fashion with financial wellness as well. So unbelievable value to unlock with this. Also, AI-driven cybersecurity. I think the world is becoming very fragile, as we've seen now with coronavirus and so forth. But also, I think if you think about other viruses, if you think about from a cybersecurity perspective, I think the world is very fragile there. We will see more advanced, unknown threats, advanced threats, AI-driven threats, and how do we protect ourselves against that? So AI, again, can play a huge role in terms of that. The last few slides here is just quickly talking about how companies are adopting AI. There's various areas. I'm just showcasing some characteristics of early AI adopters. What we help businesses with is there's actually the 5 pillars that the Industrial Data Corporation also talk about. And it's intent or strategy, your data, your technology, your processes, and your people. And those are the 5 elements of successful AI transformation. And as Sylvan correctly said, people process are very important. So when you implement solutions, you always need to think about what's the impact on the processes, on the people. How do I adjust the roles? And so all of these kind of things are very important. And there is more details about that, but you can also kind of map the smart digital transformation of businesses where you can move them from an ad hoc, opportunistic, repeatable, managed to an optimized state. And you can actually see this clearly in terms of the intent, technology, people, data, and processes. So one can do this in a very deliberate and systematic fashion. To just talk about where things are going in the future of AI, I think what we will see is more assisted and augmented intelligence, but also unlocking value with autonomous intelligence, with, say, for instance, self-driving cars. And if you think about smart investments, we are actually implementing trading systems that's being automated as well. So we will see this along the man-machine intelligence continuum. We will see more of these different types of intelligences where you unlock value. So very interesting, but we obviously need to think about where is this going and how does this change the job market. So we've got to be a lot more proactive in terms of that.